Welcome to Blade HQ, everybody. Today is February 10th, 2025, and we have a ton of new knives on the table. This episode is sponsored by CRKT, Columbia River Knife and Tool, one of our favorite brands here at Blade HQ. And what I love about CRKT is how good they are at bringing great designs from really established makers to an affordable market. For all you people out there who maybe always wanted to try an Alan Foltz custom, you can get something like this. In fact, we're giving it away in the live stream. If you want to be part of those giveaways, make sure you join us on Mondays at noon Mountain Standard. But this guy is something that is a true love letter to the knife world, as it always has been. Alan Foltz he's been around the custom knife world for years. And this minimalist of his, you can get it as a custom from him, or you can get it as a production knife from CRKT for a really affordable price. And this is the new blade shape with the Nessmuk blade. And only the hardest core knife nerds are into Nessmuks because Nessmuk, George Washington Sears, he used to be a very respected figure in the outdoor world. However, he passed away like 100 years ago. He wrote for Forest and Stream magazine, one of the pioneers of modern day backpacking, and this was his blade style. And now we get it on a Alan Foltz design, but for a really affordable price. I want to say you can get these for less than 50 bucks, which is really impressive from CRKT. So if you are after a knife that definitely feels like a knife nerd's knife, it's built well, it has a perfect design, but you aren't wanting to spend a ton of money, CRKT is pretty much the only brand I can give you. They do a really good job with that. And with that, we will start on knife news. So we've had a bit of a sad knife news this week, and it's sad for me because I just wanted to hear it. So Crucible's auction was held this last week, and nobody told us what happened. You can look up the news and all you'll see is that, oh yeah, they're going up for auction. And on February 4th or 6th, the news can't get its mind together. But I assume it took place. The only bid I was aware of was Aristeel, and I imagine they probably won. But that is not a matter of public record yet. As soon as we find out what actually happened with Crucible, I will happily tell you. But all I know is something happened, and we don't know yet. Next thing is for all you Topps El Pionero fans. I brought this guy out. The black ones are almost here. We were hoping to feature one today, but they're the ones with the black blade and the black G10 with red liners. Sort of the more tactical variant. The El Pionero is on its way, and it will be here soon. So rejoice. It's been a long wait since Blade Show. And lastly, a lot of state legislatures are in session right now, and a few of them have important knife legislation. So there's a preemption bill in Arkansas. In short, a preemption is saying all these municipalities within the state of Arkansas might have different knife laws. So if you drive the highway from one town to another, your knife might become illegal in a new town. And this bill would make all knife laws in Arkansas the same. So make them all statewide, which would be awesome because it would make it a lot easier to follow the law. In addition, there is a spring blade ban repeal on the floor in Washington. So write to your senators in Washington because we would love to see those spring blades, that means all your automatics, all your OTFs, etc., be legal in Washington once again. That would be super awesome. But that's it for knife news, and with that, we'll start new knives. Starting with this guy, we have a restock of the Kaiser Mini Sheepdog Button Lock and the Desert Warrior. So it's a Chris Conway of Sheepdog Knives design. This one has the thumb hole, a 154 cm blade with that blue finish, a nice smooth button lock action, give it a nice flick, and then it's a Desert Warrior. So pink with sprinkles, blue pocket clip, and various colors of hardware. Very exciting. These ones sold out pretty quick when they came because they're a really great price, $59.95 on these guys. But you can get them at Blade HQ right now. Next up, we have a new model from Bestech Knives. Excuse me, Jack Wolf Knives. Bestech's in a minute here. Jack Wolf is known for their slip joints, and they make some of the best. And this one is very akin to some of the Barlow pattern, but this is a front flipper with a bolster style frame lock. S90V blade with a deep hollow grind, and this particular one's got this Kieranite scale. These ones go for $349.99. And I love it because some people really like the look of a traditional, and I'm one of them, but I really like one-hand operability. And you get that here, easy one-hand opening and closing, very smooth action, titanium frame, very nice. So we have this guy with the blue Kieranite. We also have a sort of a gold carbon fiber one. What I love here is the anodized titanium accents. We got the backspacer as well as the pocket clip and hardware. Kind of fun there. Next up, we got a black linen micarta. So this one's going to age a little more. Kind of fun. And the last one is a wood. I want to say cocobolo, maybe ironwood. Definitely one of those exotic hardwoods that, in my opinion, make some of the best wood handles of any pocket knives. And what I like about Jack Wolf is not only do they make a premium knife that is made well, but they also make one that has no holds barred anywhere. You're getting a great laminate, you're getting a great plastic or a great wood, something that is really well built and will hold up for years and years of carry and still look great every single day. Thank you, Jack Wolf Knives. Next up, we have Bestech with the, I believe they pronounce it QuQu. So QuQu is the anglicized version of it, but my understanding is that word means something like cricket in Chinese. And somebody at Bestech's daughter actually designed this, and we've seen this before, but this is the Desert Warrior Remix version. So instead of the conventional Desert Warrior pattern, which is a blue blade, pink handle with sprinkles, we have a pink blade, blue handle with sprinkles, blue pocket clip, and as always, multicolored hardware. In this case, there's not much hardware. One thing I really like about this knife is just how simple it is. I think it's truly a 2-screw knife. So you've got the screw that holds the pivot in, and then you have a spacer screw that also connects to the pocket clip. So there's not too many accents of different hardware, and that's just because this knife is very well designed to only need minimal hardware. So a nice, easy to maintain knife, a button lock that truly detains so I can't push on anything to open it, which kind of makes me think, is this almost a form of gravity knife? I don't know. That'd be a question for Doug Ritter, but what you could do is maybe grind a secondary edge on that because you don't need to touch it. You could have a dagger, Desert Warrior, true double edge. I'm into that. That is the QuQu, and it is going for $59.95. Next up, we've got some restocks from Spyderco in the Burgundy and Micromelt PD number 1. So Micromelt is a powder steel production process established by Crucible. Excuse me, not by Crucible, Carpenter. There we go. You might know Maximit. Maximit is a Carpenter steel that is made with that powder metallurgy process. And this one's really fun because this is very similar to Crewwear. So very, very tough, extreme edge retention. In fact, I've met a lot of people, and I know a lot of people out there, people I really respect who know more about knives than I do, who say that Crewwear might just be the best steel you can get because they say it's like MagnaCut plus, except it doesn't have the corrosion resistance. It's a carbon steel. But who needs it? You have a really nice black coating on here that's going to protect the blade. So you're going to get extreme edge retention and extreme toughness, which I really appreciate because look how thin the Dragonfly is. Super thin and slicey, a very tall flat grind. So this thing would be an absolute cutting powerhouse, and I just love the look of that Burgundy on the FRN. So we have this guy goes for $97.50 on the Dragonfly, and we also on the table have the Manbug, which is like a keychain-sized one. Still get 3 fingers on there, but like, how often do you find a keychain-sized knife with a powder super steel on it like that PD number 1? This one goes for $78.75. Love it. All of the Japanese-made Spydercos with the fancy, fancy steels. And then the last knife on the table we have, and perhaps the most anticipated, is the ProTech collab with Chaves knives, Redencion. So this is a Chaves knife. It is not a ProTech. So if you go to the ProTech website, you won't find it, but if you go to the Chaves website, you will. But this is made by ProTech in Placentia, California. S35VN blade, anodized aluminum handle, and an action that absolutely thumps. It's a little bit larger than the Redencion Streets and a little bit smaller than the 229s for all you Chaves fans out there, but I think it's just the right size. You have a reversed hardware, so you get the nice clip that doesn't have screw eyebrows, and oh, the ergos are great. A nice Tanto grind, and we don't have a compound on this guy. We have a flat here, so you're gonna get a little more edge stability down here, but still all the same tip strength, and a nice Tanto blade. This one's blue, and we also have the black one, and rumor on the street is there are more colors on the way. So these are going for $300, and I imagine they will sell out quickly. So I'd hop on the wish list very soon because a lot of people have been messaging us on Instagram, been messaging me personally on Instagram. I think I got stopped in the street a little while ago. When's the ProTech Chaves coming? I'm like, soon. And now I can tell you, it drops this upcoming Saturday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard. So set your calendars. The ProTech Chaves collaboration of the Redencion will be dropping then. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. If you like these knives, you can find links in the description, and all of these and so many more are available at bladehq.com. And we will see you over there.